I used to cry every single day for a small period in my life, but then I discovered why I was suffering so much, and it all came from my thinking. The reality is that events happen without any meaning. Whenever something happens in the world, whenever a rock moves, whenever you argue with your friend, whenever you have a problem in school, the world has no view of it. It has no opinion on it. It just happens. It's just something that's happening on the planet. Imagine yourself being like a cloud, just observing everything with no judgment. It's not critical. It's not opinionated. It just happens. It just observes. That's how you have to understand that perception works. We perceive the world the way that we think about the world. And the way that we think about the world is the way that we feel about the world. It's the way that we feel about people. It's the way that we feel about a person, about situations. We control our feelings with our thinking. So if we live in a world which is based on the things that we create in our own heads and the thoughts that we think about, then why do we experience suffering? Why do we experience stress? Do we have to think positively? Is that the solution to our suffering? Is that the solution to crying every day? Is that the solution to being happy? Well, you would think so, but I've tried that before and that was never the answer. And the actual answer, to just be as straightforward as I can, is the best way to have a thought that's positive is by having no thoughts at all. Not thinking is a state of happiness within itself. When we're babies, our natural state is happiness until something happens that makes us cry, until a situation happens where we're being neglected and then we start crying. We want our milk, we want our water. It's not our natural state to be stressed out, but then our thinking, situations around us that affect our thinking, changes our emotions. Think about the moment that you were the happiest. Think about the moment that you got to kiss for the first time, that you got to kiss your partner for the first time if you have a partner, or the moment that you just felt the most happiness in your life that you can remember right now. Or maybe if you can't think of an overall moment where you felt the happiest, just think about a moment where you felt really happy. It could be as dumb and as small as you playing video games with your friends, and as huge and impactful as you proposing. You weren't having any thoughts in that moment when you were proposing. You weren't having any thoughts in that moment when you were having a blast with your friends on the video game. You were just existing. You were just enjoying the present moment, enjoying the activity of doing that. Which means that happiness is not thinking, it's actually just existing in a state of no thinking. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have thoughts, but the thing about it is, just because you have a thought doesn't mean that you have to think about the thought. A thought and thinking is two completely different things. Thoughts come from God or the universe, whatever you think. Thoughts just happen. Thinking is our perception of that thought. It's our feelings of that thought. The thought just gets created. We can't control the thought, which is why I used to cry every day. I had a period of my life where after high school, I didn't know what to do with my life. I was in college. I was trying to go to the gym. I was trying to find a girlfriend in my life, and I was just going through a very stressful period in my life of change. I was also going through something which a lot of people don't go through. It's related to OCD, but I'm not going to go into in this video. The point is, at the time, I had a lot of thoughts going through my head. I had a lot of thinking attached to those thoughts. I was thinking a lot about what to do with my life, what to do with this person that I liked, what to do, and it all compounded. And my job, I had a job for the first time, and it all compounded in me having this stressful reaction that stopped me from being happy for a long time. to the point where I had to take breaks from my job. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I was also going through the OCD thing, which I won't go into in this video. And OCD is more than just like organizing stuff. There's different types of OCDs for those who don't know. And I didn't know what was wrong with me. I thought it was just the situations going on around me. I thought it was just college. I thought it was just my job. I thought it was the person I liked. It was the OCD situation. It wasn't any of that. I mean, sure, like those are all things that happened, but like a cloud that has no thought towards the situations, it was actually my perception of the situations in the world, because I had a certain perception of it that didn't allow me to be happy. What that says about us is that as humans, we always have the power to change our thinking, because again, we can't change our thoughts. Our thoughts just come. You can't get too stressed out about your thoughts, because they just happen, and you can't control that. That's always going to happen. That's one of the reasons why my OCD was so bad, why the situation I was in was so bad, because I was stressing about these thoughts that I couldn't control. You're never going to be able to control your thoughts, but you can control your thinking. You're only one thought away from feeling happy, and that thought is a state of no thought, which is the most beautiful realization that I could have ever realized. And I didn't do it on my own. I did it with books, podcasts, reading. And when I understood that, when I really did, because it's kind of hard to understand at first, it's like thoughts, thinking, it's the same thing, but it's not. Thinking takes effort. A thought takes no effort. Thinking destroys, a thought creates. When you think about $1 million, or when you have a thought about $1 million, you could have a certain opinion about it, like, oh, money is for greed, or money is going to change my life. The thinking regarding the money always stops you from making the money if you're a person that wants to make money. Because the thinking says it's too difficult, it's hard, it's impossible. What business model are you going to follow? You have to go to college. You don't like college. You have to go to college because your parents. It's this whole thinking that goes into how you're going to make $1 million, when the original thought was just $1 million. That's going to allow me to be financially free. That's going to allow me to retire my parents. Thinking is judgmental. It's critical. It's analyzing. A thought just happens. I'm not saying thinking is inherently bad in all cases. Thinking keeps you alive. If you're at a gas station in the middle of the night and there's nobody there, you obviously need to think to be able to make it safely to your car, or be able to get through, just any situation where you might be in quote unquote danger. Your thinking helps you survive that situation. But most of the time we're not in danger. When we're trying to be at peace, for example, watching TV with our family, or just outside at a restaurant, we don't want those moments to be sabotaged by our mind. We don't want those moments to be ruined because we couldn't stop thinking about a situation. And we try and think positively to counterattack, but thinking positively is not a counterattack. It's actually going to make it worse, because you're just going to keep thinking about the negative and keep going back and forth. The way to fix it is by having no thoughts. But not thinking. Sorry, it's by not thinking. You're gonna have thoughts. Sorry. You're gonna have thoughts. It's by not thinking. So how do you practice not thinking? Meditation is the way that you practice not thinking. I just wanted to make this video to kind of come on here and explain the difference between a thought and thinking, and the reason why I was sad for such a long time, which all came from my mind and not understanding the way that it worked. Hope that I wasn't dragging this video too long, and that I was able to get the point across. I probably want to add more stuff onto it, but if you guys really want to know more about me and about my community and the things that I want to share with the world, please click on the link down below. It's going to take you to my school. I'm not charging or anything right now. In the future I will be charging for my course, but right now I'm just trying to put out my view on the world, and hopefully build a community that wants to spread positivity, happiness, and fulfillment, which is what this whole channel is going to be about moving forward. So if you guys are interested, please click on the link, or at least follow the channel so you can get some more advice. I'm gonna keep reading books, learning, and just keep sharing what I learned from these experiences and books, because I'm having a really good time with my life, and I'm the happiest that I've ever been. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one.